Now, today is the start of the 2025 tax season, beginning with auto assessments, and we are joined by the Acting Deputy Chief Executive Officer from the South African Institute of Taxation, Keitumetse Sesana, for some tips. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, any major changes that taxpayers should take note of?
Thank you so much for having me. So the major changes SARS has announced is with regards to provisional taxpayers. So provisional taxpayers that earn something other than a salaried employee, just for sake of brevity. So either they define in terms of section or paragraph 1 of the 4th schedule to the Act. Previously, they could only file from a certain date onwards. So from the 21st of July, that's when they'll be invited into the auto assessment process. But a key change that we've seen this year is that selected provisional taxpayers will be invited by SARS to form part of the auto assessment process. As the South African Institute of Taxation, we're still trying to iron out what those nuances will look like from a SARS perspective with regards to provisional taxpayers, and this will be communicated as soon as we've received that information from SARS. But generally, as today is kicking off with the filing season, we know that from the 7th to the 20th, taxpayers can expect an SMS or an email informing them that they have been auto-assessed. That is why it's quite important. We have been reminding our members, our tax practitioners, that your details with SARS need to be up to date, because you cannot afford to miss that notification of the fact that you've been auto-assessed or that you've received a refund, etc. So it's important that your details are up to date. So from the 7th to the 20th, the first batch of taxpayers will now be assessed. In previous years, it's in the quantum of millions of people that fall into the first tranche, and it's important that we realize that it's tranches. So not everyone will have received their SMS or their email today. In fact, SARS earlier this morning put up a notice on their website to say that their system is currently experiencing unusually high traffic volumes, and they appreciate the patience. So just understand that not everyone will receive the SMS today or the email. They are being released in tranches between now and the 20th. And then obviously from the 21st, your provisional, your individual taxpayers can then file then, until the 20th of October being the filing season deadline, and